Good morning, everybody. It's Monday morning, 6:30. Need to click my other light on. We'll get some light on the subject. That's better. So I hope everybody's doing good on this Monday morning. And I was going to show you the pattern that we pulled last week. And I've already done a pattern review on this. I'm going to make another one of these, but I'm going to trace out the next size bigger, which is the extra large. I did the large. It fits okay, except for the shoulder situation. And I think I need the larger size for the shoulders. So I'm going to try the next size up. I will still do I'll still have to enlarge the belly area on it because I have a mom belly. But this was my first one. And I know what I did wrong with the top stitching on the sewing machine is I didn't make sure there was a ballpoint needle in it. And when you're sewing knits, you have to use a ballpoint needle. If you try to use a sharp, that's what, you do that, you end up with stitches that are not consistent. And you can get pulls in the fabric. I'm still going to keep this and wear it because I love this fabric so much, just the print of it, not necessarily the make of it. It is a cotton knit that I got from Fabric Mart Fabrics, and it was going to be one of my 1 yard or less wonders. Then I was going to play along with Dee and Dory at Design Dreamers, and I watch them every Sunday at 8 a.m. They put out their video, and they do a frugal sewing. So if you want to get into sewing, go check out the ladies. I'll put a link in the description box for them. Another thing that I did that I'm not going to do next time is I tried to do the darts with the serger. And I think this bolt from the serge stitches is a big problem for me. So what I'm going to do the next time is I'm going to serge the dart opening, just serge the edge of it before I do the dart. And I'll probably do the dart on the regular sewing machine with the needle switched out. So again, this was New Look 6762 View E. And so now we're going to pull a pattern for this week. And I'm still planning to do another one of these t-shirts this week. But let's see what we pull from here. Hi, Janet Nash. Hi, Heather. Good morning. So I'm going to reach in here and see which 99-cent New Look pattern we're going to try to do this week. Let's see. 6473. 6473. So I've got them back here. And it will be in this box. Oh, it's a kid's pattern, you guys. And it's 4 sizes 1/2 to size 4. And it's just a cute little dress, a top, or shorts or slacks. So I will probably do a dress because a dress is done when it's done. And this is one of the patterns that Dee Dee sent to me. So let's see. It requires for view A, if you have 45-inch fabric, it's between 1 1/8 and 1 1/2. If you have 60-inch wide fabric, you only need 3/4 of a yard to 1 full yard. So it would be a 1 yard or less sew if I had 60-inch fabric. And it looks like the suggested fabrics is cotton and cotton blends, gingham, laundered cottons, baby cord, broadcloth, calico, chambray, pique, poplin, seersucker, soft lightweight linen, and linen blends. Not suitable for sleepwear. Allow extra fabric for matching plaids and stripes. And for view A, I need 6 3/8-inch buttons and 1 5/8 yard of 3/8-inch wide ribbon. So the ribbon, you make little bows for each side and one in the middle here. And looks like it's woven in and out around the neckline too, which could be interesting. So I'm going to do view A on this one. So that'll be my pattern for this week. And I'm going to make another t-shirt. And I also was looking at this. I'm wondering, they don't show shorts on here, but I really need some shorts. So I'm thinking of just shortening these pants and make shorts. So just, I would just fold the pattern up and cut them at the length I want my shorts to be. So I might try a pair of floaty shorts with them. I don't know. That little short skirt is cute too. So that is the new look pattern drawn for this week. And so now we're going to do Bits and Bob's cards. Hi, Sophia. So I'm going to turn you guys down. I've already gone through and sorted out things to make 4 cards. If you hear noise in the background, Greg is cooking chili and bolognese. So he's trying to get him some food made up so he doesn't have to eat mom's food. So let's pull these out here. This is extra mats, and I keep the little short pieces to mount my quotes on. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull everything down to the next card, and we'll shove this pile aside, and we're going to make a card out of these. You can see how I kind of pulled things together that were kind of close in the color family. My card bases, I had, for some reason, I have an extra envelope and no card base for this. I don't know, maybe I've already used a card base. So that's just the envelope that goes with this card. So I have the card base that came in, in the box of card blanks. I've got my black mat, and I've got the piece that I'm going to do the card front on. So all we need right now is this piece of paper. So let's see what we can do here. I thought it might be fun. This is just an image out of a magazine. Maybe use it as part of the front part here. And then I thought maybe we could cut the flowers in half because I have 2 of these great big flowers. And what I might do is go ahead and pull another base piece out and another mat, and we'll do one full-on card and one kind of tuck-in card like we did last week, where we just put another piece of white paper on the back side to write on. So I want to make sure I do this. So I think I have enough material to do kind of a 2-for-1 here. So if we cut these 2 in parts, I'm just going to get my cutter and I'm just going to cut them. Just randomly. So that'll go on one. And this will go on the other. And then let's just cut a piece of this in half here. I don't know how this is going to cut because it is magazine paper. If you start somewhere in the middle, you'll have better luck. All right. So, and I've got one little focal image there. So if we stick this down and then maybe stick flower peeking out somewhere, we can trim this down some. I probably could have just cut one of the flowers in half, but that's okay. I also have this piece. I have more of this stuff. Let's just take this off here. thought they were pretty, and I thought I could use up some of these scrappy bits. I might have to pull the magazine pieces out, but we'll see. And then I've got these strips. I like to just limit myself with pieces, and then I don't have to dig out as much. Greg's using a lot of garlic. I can smell it. These really go with the other color family that I have set aside for a different card. And those don't really go, but I'll save them in case we need something for the next card. All right. I'm going to just make a decision here. All right, let's stick this down and we'll work around it. It says hangover on the back. Yeah, well, it's early, and I know a lot of people said it would be too early for them to be up, but y'all on the other side of the world, across the ocean, y'all are up and ready to go over there. Scott found the kittens, you guys. They're between the two fences that the neighbors have over there, out in the open. I guess she decided that they'd be safer over there. And if somebody mows the lawn again, she'll probably move them again. But I shouldn't have to mow for a week or so. All right, so that's got tape on it. And a piece of Howard hair. And so now I was thinking I could stick the little flower behind it. I love these over here. And I might use this one behind here. Or should they go like this? Wish I had another piece of the. Oh, I do. I don't have another focal image here. You'll be running around soon enough. Yeah. They will. Scott said the black and white one was kind of being nosy when he found him. He was kind of looking to see who was looking at him. I'm going to bring this up a little bit here toward the top of the card. There. Whoops. There's that. And I'll go ahead and stick this down here. I don't know what we're going to do. I almost feel like if we got them fixed or whatever, it's going to still be a problem. There's still going to be cats turned out from next door. So I hate to be the grouchy neighbor, but I might have to get animal control involved because I cannot fix all the cats in the world. Just like I can't adopt all of them. So they need to be talked to. It's not fair for me or the rest of the community that I thought if I fed them, then they'd be tame and I could get them homes. But then she's just going to turn another bunch of unfixed cats out. But again, I just don't want to draw attention to us and Greg's old car because I just don't want that hassle myself. I feel like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I like this at the bottom of this, but this one I don't think will reach all the way across. So we'll just make them so they don't reach all the way across. I'll just cut that one. Let me get some scissors. Well, I know that my neighbor at the top of the street, she does cat rescue, and I'm going to go. I was going to go up this weekend, but then this weekend turned into just crazy. I need to go talk with her and see what we can do. Maybe she could call. Oh, the back of this is a blue. I really like that better than this side. Just because it's painted doesn't mean you have to use that side, right? I'm going to use the back side of this. And I know that the kid below me is really disgusted by all the loose cats because he's got his fancy privacy fence and all, but he's got brand new vehicles and that kind of thing. And cats don't care about fences much. Might have to put some tacky glue on here as well because this stuff's got a lot of texture to it. Oh, that bolognese smells so good. I'm glad I taught my son how to cook. I think he's going to go crash now until later. Oh, this needs to be edged too with something. Let's see if I've got anything in a blue. Yeah, I need to go talk with her. Let's see. I have a blue in the distress ink. I just have to locate it. That didn't take long. Mermaid Lagoon. And I just want to get some on this edge. cover up that white paper. Oh, this sponge is like done. That down there. And you can't get the soft makeup sponges anymore at the Dollar Tree. At least I haven't seen them. I guess the people that do makeup weren't interested in it. Let's grab a Kleenex and I'll wipe this stuff into the trash can. That sponge just disintegrated everywhere and I don't want to get ink on me too badly. So now I've got this. I can pull this off from here. Oh, and I was going to put, well, too late now. I was going to put tacky glue. We'll see if it sticks. If it doesn't stick, I'll add some tacky glue. I should have put some of this on the magazine paper. It'll be all right. Yeah, I went through and I just kind of pulled all of the lighter blue I had in Mary's chat last night. I asked somebody to pick, a color out of one of those color ranges. And Angie had said she would have chose pink if I'd had pink, but pink is in the reds. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Janet. And I'm just trying to use the scraps I have in front of me. I'm not planning to cut anything else, I'm just trying to use up the bits and bobs binders so I can get them out of the way. When the pockets start getting where they're getting low, I'm going to get another 12 by 12 iris, the 12 by 12 iris box, or one of the cardboard boxes that's a rectangle. And I'm just going to put everything mixed up together and then work from that box. Trying to get rid of a bunch of these scraps. So now if we grab this mat, could put this on here. This one's getting a bonus Howie hair. He was extra lovey this morning, although he woke us up at 3:30, beating his reflection in the desk glass in the hallway. I have that old desk that's in the hallway, and it's got a section where it's got all of things people have sent me in it. I've showed it before. And he likes to beat his reflection up. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. He just does, and he decided to do it at 3:30 this morning. And I was like, you guys, you got to let me sleep. You just got to let me sleep. I don't know what he's got against his reflection. He's like, quit talking about me. He's right here next to me in his basket. I did a little rearranging in here over the weekend to get my paper where it's more visible to me so that I'll use it. Now I've got some cardstock colors that are absolutely atrocious, like almost an acid green, and then there's like this hideous neon orange and a yellow, and I need to come up with projects to use that up. So if you've got some idea of some projects that I could use that old ugly paper up. So things that don't necessarily look like they go together, if you just pair them up and then mount them on black, it's all good. So I'll mount this on the card base. This will be the card. And this other one will be like a tuck-in card with a note spot on the back of it, I think. I just want to focus on using as much up of things that I'm not finding a lot of interest in anymore, because I can make cards out of basically anything. So I don't necessarily need pads and pads of paper anymore. I don't. And I don't really scrapbook much anymore because, well, that's true. I could do that, or just glue a bunch of stuff to it. I mean, it's really hideous. Hello, Anina. Good morning. Or whatever time it is for you. Oh, that's so nice. I wish more Americans did that, talked with their neighbors. The neighbors don't talk to each other much around here, especially if you're over 50. The younger folks don't want to talk to you. So there's card number 1. And now let's finish this thing up here. That's all glued down. So I need to come up. I don't have another focal image. That's going to be my problem on this one. Just trying to think of what can I do. What can I do? I do have these narrow strips. These came from between a bookmark project, and I almost feel like that dark blue is very detracting. I tell you what we'll do. We'll go back and we'll use this, but we'll also grab one of these little pieces here. Oh, you know what this one needs? That one needs a quote. All right, I'm just going to stick these down. We're going to... I'm going to have to lose my sweater. I'm warming up now. I was so cold when I first got up. And we'll put some sentiments on these. Yeah, I'll lose this sweater. All right. Okay. Let's sit back down now. It's a warm morning for you. It's 55 here, but the medicine that I'm on now, I did my shot yesterday, so it causes me to have some days where I feel just kind of cold and chilly. Chilly, not cold, chilly. But it's going to get up to almost 90 for the next couple days. I'll take it while I can, because before we know, it'll be like 110. Crazy. Everything will start drying out. All right. Oh, I like it that way better. Is Mina here? Good morning, Mina. You're up way too early. I'm moving slow this morning. I'm not getting the cards made very quickly. And I took the time to sort these and everything. I'll have to get another piece of white paper out. Okay. There. And we'll ink the edges of the white. This kind of pulls it all together. Okay, and then we'll grab this other piece of black. Uh-oh, that's a piece of my hair. Thinking about getting my hair cut off again. Really short. I've reached that stage with it where it's like I wrestle with my hair during the night. So I'm thinking it's time to just like get rid of it. Scott has taken a step toward looking at retirement, you guys. He applied for Medicare and put in for one of his pensions. So I'm feeling like the days of having to run are getting fewer. All right, so this one's, I'm just going to put another white, just blank on the back, but I think I will put a little ink on it. Not a lot, just a little bit to kind of tie the front to the back. And what got me thinking about these last week is I know a lot of people like to save the cards. And by doing it this way, they could just tuck it in a pocket in their journals and not have to worry about the thickness of a card. Plus, it would mail cheaper. You know, it wouldn't weigh as much. And if it wasn't for the dimension, I would say, you know, just send it as a postcard. But I think because we got all these layers on it, I would send it as a insert. This doesn't really matter which way it goes because it's just to write on. So this one would be just the tuck-in note. So let's see what we've got in quotes to put on these two. I've got them here if I don't throw them in the trash like that. And I think the black ones might be cool on here. Let's see. This one's all about love. What do they look like, Angie? What did Angie say? Good morning, Ann. Hi, Kathy. So I need some quotes. Well, this has got a space for a short one, so we'll just do stay simple here. And then, let's see, I'm just looking at the length of them. Stay simple and choose to see the good stuff. Let's put that right there. So that'll be the tuck-in one. And if I find something, maybe I'll stick it there. But it's picking up all the little... So there is little dots from where that sponge also is starting to fall apart. Maybe it's time for me to get some kind of new sponge or something. This one needs a quote. That one's too long. This one says, and so the adventure begins. We'll stick that there. All right. So that is the card. So it would stand up. And then this is a tuck-in. So there's the first two. We'll pop that there, there. Now let's see what we have in the next group. So here's the envelope, the card base, and the mat. We'll set them aside. We'll get another mat set aside, and I'll get another 1, 2 of these. One for the front, one for the back. Okay. Now, let's see what we have. I've got all the leftover bits from the first card plus what I have here. So one can have dolphins and one can have those. And I have this cool handmade paper looking stuff here. So I could cut a full-on base with this one. So I'm going to do that. So let me see. I need to be smaller than this. And if I remember right, this is 3 3/4. So I need to cut this at 3 1/2. Three and a half. And this way is 5, so 4 3/4. So that could go on like that. And then this one will just have ripped paper-like stuff going on here. And then let's see, what else did we have? I had, the flowers don't really make any sense with this one. But I have this piece here. Oh, this is dolphin too. Let's see. Don't like that. Just playing right now. Okay. Looking at what I have. These I might set this aside. We'll leave these as I have them and see if we come up with some other scraps from another one. So I'm just going to take and set those aside. And we'll start working on this card here. Because I don't have any extra bits now. So this card won't have a tip-in friend. And then I've got this stuff here that we can use on this one. So let's put a background down. Oh, let's do this. You got kicked out and had to restart. I didn't kick you out. That's weird. I'm just going to butt this up as close to this edge as I can get. There we go. And we'll just trim this even to the end of the cardstock. Uh-oh. It is Monday, so I was just thinking, for some reason I was beginning to think it was Tuesday, but it's only Monday. And then my grandma hits my head and says, "Quit wishing your life away." All right. Did I forget to pull the tape off that one? I'm like, why isn't that sticking? It's because you didn't take the tape off, you little weirdo. There we go. All right, so that one I just created the front. And then we can ink these edges with the same blue. So now I got to figure out what size should I make the little pattern. It makes up, it goes from size 1/2 to a 4. So if I did it as a giveaway, what size should I make between 1.5 and a 4? And who all would be interested in winning like a little dress? It would have to be USA only because of crazy postage. I wish I could send everywhere, but I can't. Now this has a nice big focal image here that I could use on there. And it's got, well, I've got this too. So let's see what we've got here. Got more of this color. I like this on here. You doing red, white, and blue wreaths with bows? Cool. I'm going to use this, so I'm going to go ahead and ink it. I'm not going to worry about doing the bottom of it, this piece, until I get it attached to the card. I can just do it because it's going to go from the top to the bottom like this. And then this needs an anchor of some sort, like that. I think this is too off. Maybe not. Maybe not. If you use ink, you can tie most anything together. You know, ink your edges and it'll pull everything together. All right, I'm going to put this one together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to where I want it on here. How long have I been without being in shot? Sorry about that. Okay. I can put this on there. Ooh, look how pretty my fingers are getting. Heather's looking forward to her Royal Mail. That's right. You should be getting your block. I need to try to catch up. Oh, you know what? I should have put some under there, but it'll be all right. That's loose there, so it'll be all right. It'll be fine. This one, I'm going to put tape all the way to the bottom, and then this here needs some tape, and that one needs to be inked. Okay, let me ink this up here. All right. All right, so put that right about there. There. Do what you want, Heather. I was trying to think of ways to use up, because Lori was using up her paper, her old scrapbook paper. I have so much of that, and I'd like to get it out of my stash. So I'm thinking of doing some card and envelope journals. I don't know if you guys want to play along with that or see how they're made, but I like to use Kathy Orta's method of her hinge binding, and I know that she has basically put a copyright on it now, and I don't want to infringe on that because she did come up with it. But I could give her credit. Might shoot her an email and tell her, ask her if she'd be okay with me showing how to do it if I give her link back to her. I just want to be fair, because that took some ingenuity for her to come up with that. Oh, I keep getting the Michael stuff, but I have not gone. I don't care for the smaller store that's closer to me. I prefer the store where I used to work. But I just haven't wanted to drive on the highway lately. All right, this can be mounted on the black. Look here, I'm using tape. Using the tape up too. I have more in the drawer. I have more in the drawer, which is good because this little bit right there, that's the end of that. So we'll put this on the mat. And then I'll go and search. All right, Angie, have a good day. The hidden hinge binding, that's a Kathy Orta thing, but she does some other ones too. And I was thinking of doing some card and envelopes. Like you can buy the cards and envelopes, as sets. And I have a bunch of those too. So I'm trying to use up what I have. But you can use like the regular letter sized envelopes if that's all you have, or if you're recycling your cards, you can use those, because you basically cut a slit on either side. So if you're careful when you open your envelopes and just cut a little bit off the top all the way up through about the same so it's even, you could reuse the envelopes that you get. Oh, I said I had to get more tape out, didn't I? Let's see here. Let's use some wider tape and get it used up. And I have more of narrow tape. This is really narrow. There we go. Some different widths. I bought a pack of adhesive that was kind of all together in different sizes from Amazon. I might use the bigger for that. Yeah, the hidden hinge is where you use cardstock to build your hinge, and the pages open, and it lays pretty flat if you don't, make your cover too tight. Or I might look for, there's a lady I used to watch all the time, but I hadn't seen her put anything else out in a long time. I hope she's okay. I can't remember her name now. But she did a lot of stuff, a lot of journals and different ways of folding them. So I might look some up and we might do some together. I just want to use this paper up because I can reuse those cubes. I can use them for fabric or yarn storage. And I'm kind of leaning more toward fiber arts myself, sewing and crocheting and that kind of thing. Getting away from doing so much paper. I'm doing a lot of paper right now because I'm trying to use up all this stuff. So I've made another card. It just needs a sentiment. Let's do Believe in Yourself because I think it'll fit on here. So there's another card that's made. Let me get this out of the way here. I'm just going to stack these over there, and there's its envelope. And I store them like that so I can find the envelope later. So there's that. So I've got one more card, and then we'll go back to the ones with the dolphins. So there's what we need. Mat, card, and envelope. And then here, see, I've got more to play with now because I'm using up. And I've used up, but I'm still getting more. I'm making more bits and bobs. And I have another piece of that paper, but I might save it so I have a whole sheet for the other card. So I'll put that with the dolphins. So now we got to play with what we have here. Got a couple lighthouses. Well, a lighthouse and then a window looking out to a lighthouse. There's a guest receipt. Let's see here. Got all kinds of stuff. So let's see. We could put this down as our front. Oh, wow. I wish, Heather. I've got small paper pads. I have solid paper pads. I have 12 by 12 paper pads. I have some 8.5 by 11-ish paper pads. And then I've got single sheets of really ugly cardstock, as well as the cardstock I like to use, white, brown, black. Okay. This one might go together quickly. So now I want the teacup on here. And I should have waited to pull that all off, but it'll be fine. All right. So let's see, how do we want to do this? Go this way? Oh, I like that with the torn bit hanging off. Let's just cut this here. See if I got it straight. No, of course not. That's okay. I'm going to ink around here. Make an ugly paper journal and then make it pretty by adding stuff to it. Could do that. I could do ugly paper journals and then force them off onto you guys in Happy Mail. I'm so bad. Sorry. This was a packing tape transfer that I put back on white cardstock. That's what these are, I think. This is mounted on black. This almost looks like somebody's written a letter. just playing right now. This has got some watercolor bits on it. Okay, pull this off from there. All right, let's cover this up so that I don't make a mess of it. Anina has to go. Oh, she's in the bus. Bye. Have a wonderful day. Oh, Katinka is back in South Africa. And if you don't watch her, she's a seamstress at the cottage. And she's staying in an off-the-grid cabin on top of a mountain on a friend's farm. And she has to walk down to get transportation to places. And she got caught by a wild wildebeest and then some other kind of deer. She says what kind of deer it was on there, but I didn't quite catch exactly what she was saying. But I was like, oh my gosh, I'd be terrified. I respect nature so much. It's like I would have just sat and watched them, but she was trying to get to town for her Pilates class. Pilates is one of those things I'd love to do. I'm going to see about checking into some of this stuff once I get my knee fixed. There's no way I want to go and twist this knee around right now. There's no way. I love how this looks like somebody's written notes down. And then this looks like they're maybe on a beach vacation. This needs like a just relax or something kind of quote. And I really like the different papers at different lengths on here. Maybe stick this one so it hangs even lower. Let's stick this one down first. Off to work she goes. Hi, Dar. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see here. So after I sign off here, I have to clean litter boxes because, you know, it's what you do when you have cats. And I need to fill the bird feeders. Everything's empty. I need to go do that. And then I need to change the linens on the bed. So woohoo, exciting Monday for me. And I hope to have that all done before Janet comes on. So I guess I better get busy here, get these finished up so I can go do all of that before Janet comes on. If I don't, I'll watch Janet and then I'll go and do the other later. Ha! How about that? I'm going to put the release paper back on the back of this tape if I can. All right, so there's a little tape on the back of that. Now I want to put a narrower tape on here. And I need tape on the back of my little beach house window, it looks like. Maybe it's a B&B, bed and breakfast. It's kind of cute that I have this guest receipt here. should have tucked it under that one if I was going to do it. Maybe on another one, another day, another card. Good morning, Brenda A. Exactly. That window looks like the perfect place to sit and maybe watch the seagulls overhead. And Scott calls them sea rats. He hates seagulls. Too many times up on the large radar antenna at the top of the ship, scraping off, you know what? He really hates seagulls. Oh, they look so graceful. He said, yeah, until they crap on what you're working on. Oh, he's so funny. He was having a hard time getting going this morning. I was very proud of him for doing the whole Medicare thing over the weekend. And we did go thrifting. We didn't buy anything this time. You know what? I should have turned that the other way. I don't think I can pull it back up. No, it's going to pull the paper. That's all right. I would have liked the rough piece on this side. I got the straight piece. It'll be fine. All right. So now let's see. Do we have a quote that says rest or something? Oh, let's go ahead and put this on. It's black. We'll go ahead and turn it into a card real quick. They'll swoop in. I've seen them take people's ice cream at when I watch videos on other UK YouTubers. They'll have ice cream and the seagulls will just come and snatch it right off. I don't know what would be worse, having a seagull come do that or a monkey come in and take your stuff like they do in some other countries. Can you imagine that? Waking up and there's a monkey taking your stuff. I've got this little piece of this. No, I'm just going to put the statement right there. And I have a card here for this. And now I have even more I can play with dolphins. And we'll bring those back and finish those up. So that worked out good. Card opens that way. When he's in Africa, you have to hold on to everything. When Katinka showed how close she was to those wildebeest and she's just walking down the hill to catch a ride, I was like, oh my gosh, those things could really hurt you if they took those horns are evil looking. But like the bears in the northern part of the country. Have an open heart, make a difference. I'm happiest when I'm with you. No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. When nothing is sure, everything is possible. Do your best. Tippy's fixing to pull the water dish halfway across the kitchen. The dog drank out of it, so it needs to be cleaned, There's a look on the bright side. Everything has beauty. How about that? Between a cup of tea and the seaside. And put this right here. Not straight at all. It's okay. It's a handmade card, for crying out loud. All right. So let's finish the dolphin cards. And then I'll put them all down here and we'll go from there. So now I have a big piece of this that I can put on this card like I'm going on this card. So I trimmed this down, but on this one I'm thinking I'll just cover the whole thing instead of having an edge. So I'll have two different cards. I want this to stick down well, so. I'm using up some of the papers I've been wanting to use up for ages because they're pretty. Let's just pop it down here and I'll cut all the way around it. Okay. See, I can save all these little bits because even these will work. What I'm going to do is instead of mixing these all back in my blue, because these are lighter than what's left in there, I'm going to keep these separate in a Ziploc bag, a small Ziploc bag inside the pocket. All right. Okay. Now this one here. Let's see, because I got variation in that paper, I can really layer this up. This is that little piece that I had left over. This needs to be straightened up, or at least as good as I can do with scissors. There we go. I'm not keeping the magazine bits. Just not doing it. All right, I'm just playing now. All right, let the inking progress. Let's ink everything. So I'm going to sit back down while I do this. And then we'll put these together. Oh, I'm missing. Hi, Pam. Good morning. Yep. I saw that somebody was got their phone taken. It's like they hold it hostage until you give them something in return. So don't lay your phone down or it'll be gone. I'd love to travel to places like that, but I don't foresee it. So not going to dwell on it. just have to be satisfied with where we can go by car, which is fine. This paper accepts the ink a little on the strange side. It's, I don't know how to describe it. It feels different than other papers. All right, so let's ink this pile up. And I always worry about it rubbing right off the magazine papers, but just inking in all the same color on all your different layers pulls things together. On this handmade like paper, it's like it sucks it up off the sponge instead of rubbing it on. It's like there's a straw in it and it's just pulling it, the color all in. Everything was so picked over at the thrift stores yesterday. We only went to the one in West Columbia, and then we stopped at Rush's and got just some chili dogs. And then we went to visit Scott's mom, and she lit right up over that hot dog. I told Scott, I said, I make better hot dogs. But it made her happy, and I don't know if she ate much yesterday. I've got some extra chicken chow mein. I might need to run that over and give it to her so she has something to eat that she can just, heat up. Oh, enjoy your walk. It has looked like it's going to rain all weekend, but it never did. I got the lawn mowed just in case, and then nothing happened. I have other things I need to do too. I'd like to plant those daylilies I have in pots, get them back out in the yard, doing their daylily thing. Sounds like the little guy next door is giving mom and dad a hard time about going to daycare today. I can hear him. I think he would rather just go play in the yard with their new dog than go to school today from the sounds of it. I remember those years. Greg was never into the whole school thing too much. Tried to get him excited about it, but he wasn't very excited. He stayed in hot water, though. Even school had me get him on all the medication and all this and that. And yeah, it kind of worked. And then they started putting him on medicine that made him get fat, and it was not good. He felt unhealthy and unattractive, and I don't know. I ran into his 4-year-old kindergarten teacher. She says she's glad she's retired. She's retired from that now. She still makes costumes for the local theater, though. She said they're always looking for people to help with costume construction. I get the impression it's a voluntary position. You don't get paid for it. Ink this edge. And this edge. This. Oh, that's the dolphins. And this is a little piece. Kind of looks like somebody wrote a note. Greg better get to sleep or he's going to be struggling tonight. Heather has a beautiful place to walk. If you haven't seen her pictures of her walks, it's a beautiful place. Oh, it's almost 8 o'clock. I need to hurry up and finish these. Should I ink the edge of the white? I think so. All right, and then we need a saying to put on here. Well, I can't seem to get it to start on that end. All right, so we're going to have quite a few cards made this morning. And they're all in the same color family. So what you could do is you could give this whole set to somebody of the actual cards, and then they could use them if you were so inclined. All right, and the card base is, that's the envelope. Here's the card base. We'll make this one be the card, and then the other one will be the note card. Won't be long, and Dee Dee will be on. So again, this is all just scraps from previous projects that I'm using to make cards. So you don't need anything brand new to make a card. In fact, you don't need the card bases. You can make a card base out of any of your blank or plain cardstock. My sister has, she just gives me these because she knows I'll put them to use. All right, so we need a saying. Let's choose something nice and long and we'll cut it up. Let's do the we are fearless, independent, and original. So if I take this and cut the we are fearless. Independent and original. Here we go. So you don't have to keep them all in one strip. If you cut them apart, you get another thingamabob, another way to put them down. So we'll set that up there. Now we got to do this one. And I've got that down. Then I was thinking put that there. Maybe put this so it goes all the way across. And then I could put the dolphins down on here and a sentiment there. Okay. Cloudy and rainy with Pam. It's going to be so hot here today. I'm dreading summer. I really am. Let's put this here. Greg's having allergy problems. Says he thinks he hurt his back last night. It's not good. Trying to get the tape started. Sometimes that's easier said than done. Okay, I'll just layer this up here. Like so. And now I'm kind of thinking maybe put that there. Put the fish on top of it. Oh, that makes some pop. Let's ink this up. Okay, then we put the dolphins down. I use narrower elastic for this. Elastic tape. Then I'll have to quickly run, fill feeders, strip the bed, get it all over before Janet comes on. Pam's got to go. All right. Yeah, she wants to get her shower before Dee Dee comes on. I don't blame you. I might can get everything done before 8:30 so I can say good morning to Dee Dee too. All right. So now we just need a quote. Oh, we need to trim this, don't we? All righty then. Okay. I'm not going to save those. I am going to ink this back up where I just cut it off. And then we're going to mount this on the front, some white on the back. So we'll just put this down here. This will be another one of those that just is a tuck-in note card that can be stuck in a journal pocket for somebody. Like if I'm sending Happy Mail, I like to do these tuck-in cards better than a folding card. And I need to go get a Ziploc bag for my last little bits of the lighter blue stuff. Maybe next Monday we'll do the darker blue. Or we might do something else. I might start working on a envelope journal. I'll get the words to come out of my mouth eventually. I can probably do all of that in 30 minutes. It's important I get the birds fed outside. There's that. We'll flip it over. Aw, Tippy's curling up in the little basket. This one's got spots of ink all over it, but it won't matter. All right, a sentiment to put on here. Let's see. It needs to go up here. This is nice and long. No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. Okay. Give me a second and I'll put all the ones we made out so everybody that didn't get to see all of them can see all of them. And this away real quick. And I got the glue out and I didn't use it. So first off, this is what I have left to go back in my blue pocket. It's just little pieces. There's still, I can make more cards out of what's here. Or I could just glue these all. That's what I might do with these. Instead of putting them back in there, I might get a piece of that ugly scrapbook paper and just glue all this stuff down and make a master board out of it. That's what I'll do, but not right now. I'll do that after I sign off. So as far as tuck-in note cards, we have this one. And, well, let's see. This is a regular card. And this was a regular card. And this one was a regular card because it's got an envelope with it. This is our other tuck-in card. And this one is another folded card. So we have 4 folded cards and 2 note cards in an hour and a half. So a master board or clusters. You're right, Brenda. That could be an idea. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of that ugly paper and I'm just going to start gluing it down. Just put one piece of paper next to the other. All right. So I'll see you guys over at Janet's in just a little bit. And have a great day, everybody, and a great week. Bye.